Imagine waking up in a country where your life is already decided for you, where you don't choose your future, you don't choose your career, you don't even choose what you believe. A place where leaving is almost impossible, and speaking your mind could destroy your entire life. This isn't fiction, this is reality. Welcome to one of the most isolated places on Earth, a country where control is absolute and freedom is just an illusion. A hidden world. There are 195 countries in the world. Most of them are connected through the internet, trade, travel, and communication. But one country stands apart. A country that has built walls not just on its borders, but inside the minds of its people. That country is North Korea. To the outside world, it looks mysterious. Tourists see clean streets, organized parades, and smiling citizens. But what they don't see is the reality behind the scenes. Because everything you see is carefully controlled. Every image, every video, every story is filtered, and the truth is hidden. A system built on control. In most parts of the world, people have choices. They choose what to study, what job to do, what to say, what to believe. But inside North Korea, life works differently. From the moment you are born, you are placed into a system that decides your social class. This system is often referred to as Songbun. It classifies citizens based on their family background, loyalty, and perceived trustworthiness. If your family has a history of supporting the government, you are considered loyal. If not, your life becomes much harder. This classification affects everything: where you live, what job you can have, whether you can study in good schools, even who you can marry. It's not just a system, it's a structure designed to control generations. The supreme leader. At the center of this system is the leader, Kim Jong-un. But he is not treated like a normal political figure. In North Korea, he is seen as more than a leader. He is portrayed as a protector, a genius, almost a divine figure. From childhood, people are taught to respect him in ways that go beyond politics. His portraits are placed in every home. People are required to keep them clean. They bow in front of them. They celebrate his life. And questioning him is unthinkable. Because in a system like this, loyalty is not optional. It is enforced. Education or indoctrination. Education plays a powerful role in shaping any society. But in North Korea, education is not just about knowledge, it's about control. Children are taught from a very young age to believe in a specific version of reality. They learn about their leaders as heroes. Stories are told where leaders perform extraordinary acts. History is rewritten to support the system. And the outside world is often portrayed as dangerous and hostile. Over time, this becomes normal. Because when you grow up hearing only one version of the truth, you start believing it. And when there is no access to alternative information, there is no reason to doubt. A world without internet. Think about how often you use the internet. You search for answers. You watch videos. You connect with people. Now imagine living in a world where none of that exists. In North Korea, there is no open internet. Instead, there is a closed internal network. This network only shows content approved by the government. No social media, no global news, no free information. People cannot explore the world online. They cannot see how others live, they cannot compare, and because of that, the system remains strong, because information is power. And controlling information means controlling people. Restrictions. Everywhere, control in North Korea goes beyond just information. It extends into daily life. People cannot freely travel within the country. Moving from one city to another often requires permission. Phones are monitored, conversations are limited, even fashion choices can be restricted. There are approved styles, approved behavior, approved expressions. Everything is designed to maintain order, but behind that order is control. Struggle for survival. Life is not just controlled, it can also be difficult. Many regions face shortages. Food is not always guaranteed. Basic resources can be limited, and while the capital city may look developed, rural areas often tell a different story. People work hard, but rewards are not always equal. And despite these challenges, people are expected to remain loyal, to show gratitude, to appear satisfied, because showing frustration can be risky. Fear is a tool. Perhaps the most powerful element of control is fear. Not loud, visible fear, but silent fear. The kind that stays in your mind. People don't always know who they can trust. Neighbors, colleagues, even friends could report them. And reporting is encouraged, because in a system like this, control is maintained not just by authority, but by the people themselves. So individuals stay quiet. They avoid risky conversations. They follow the rules, not always because they want to, but because they have to. The impossibility of escape. For many people, the idea of leaving feels like freedom. But in North Korea, leaving is extremely difficult. Borders are heavily guarded, surveillance is strong, and attempts to escape are dangerous. But the risk doesn't stop with the individual. In some cases, families are held responsible, which means one person's decision can affect many lives. So even if someone dreams of leaving, fear becomes a barrier, a powerful one. North Korea is not just a country, it is a system designed to control, to influence, to shape reality itself. And for millions of people, this is everyday life. But what happens when someone breaks the rules? What happens when control is challenged? Because behind this structured society lies a darker truth, a truth that includes punishment, isolation, and consequences the world rarely sees. In a system where control is everything, breaking the rules is not taken lightly. Even small actions can lead to serious consequences. Watching foreign content, speaking against the government, trying to contact the outside world, these are not just mistakes. They are treated as threats, and the response is often harsh. The punishment system. Punishment in North Korea is designed not just to correct behavior, but to send a message that no one is above the system. There are detention centers, labor camps, and facilities that are rarely discussed openly. People who are accused of crimes can be taken away without warning. Trials, if they happen, are often controlled. And once someone enters the system, getting out is not guaranteed. Labor camps, a hidden reality far away from the public eye. There are labor camps. These places are isolated, heavily guarded, and hidden from the outside world. People here are required to work for long hours. Conditions are difficult, resources are limited. The goal is not comfort, the goal is control, and survival becomes the only focus. Generational consequences. In many cases, punishment does not stop with one person. Families can also be affected. If someone is seen as disloyal, their relatives may face consequences too. This creates a powerful effect. People don't just fear for themselves, they fear for their loved ones. And that fear keeps the system strong. Because when the cost of a mistake is so high, people stop taking risks. Constant surveillance. Surveillance is a key part of life, not always visible, but always present. There are systems in place to monitor behavior. Communities are structured in a way where people observe each other. Reporting is encouraged, and over time, this creates a culture of caution. People think before they speak. They think before they act. Because the consequences are always in the back of their minds. Life in silence. Over time, this kind of environment changes people. They become careful, reserved, quiet. Dreams become limited. Choices become restricted. And life becomes less about freedom and more about survival. Not survival in the physical sense alone, but survival within the system. Escape stories. Despite the risks, some people still try to leave. The journey is not easy. It often involves crossing dangerous terrain, avoiding detection, and trusting the unknown. Some manage to make it out, and when they do, their stories reveal a reality that many outside had never imagined. Stories of control, stories of fear, stories of resilience. But for every successful escape, there are many attempts that never succeed. For those who do manage to leave, life does not instantly become easy. The outside world is completely different. Technology, freedom, choices, everything feels new. and adjusting takes time. Some struggle to trust, some struggle to adapt. Because when you grow up in a controlled environment, freedom itself can feel overwhelming. North Korea is not just isolated by borders, it is isolated by design, a system that controls information, controls movement, controls thought, and for millions of people, this is reality. A reality where freedom is limited, where choices are restricted, and where the outside world feels distant. So the next time you think about freedom, remember this: there are places in the world where even the idea of freedom is controlled, where silence is safer than truth, and where life is not about what you want, but about what you are allowed.